Welcome to Cultural Perspectives. You're listening to Adia, Aleyna, and Romi. Today we'll be discussing gender.
So, Aleyna, how do you define gender?
In modern society, there is a wide spectrum of how people would define gender. In my opinion, I would define gender as male or female. But according to an article I read in Healthline, gender identity is your personal sense of self. It's how you as an individual conceptualize your own gender. But due to how I was brought up and religious reasons, I will always define gender as either male or female. That's my personal opinion.
So, how many genders do you think there are?
In my opinion, I believe there are only two genders, male and female. I still respect that others would think there are different, like ways. Stop that again. I'm going to redo that whole thing. I believe there are only two genders, male and female. What do you guys think?
Personally, there's a broader range of genders, and it's not just constricted to those two traditional ones.
Yeah, I respect that. I still respect people that would have that opinion. What about you, Romi?
I feel like there is a broad, thing for genders, just like Adia said. But personally, I don't really, overthink about how many genders there are in my day-to-day life. So, I guess there's only two, in my personal opinion.
Yeah, fair enough. I believe there are only two due to religious reasons and how I was brought up. But some will say there are many different ways of expressing your gender, and there are different ways of expressing the person you are and how you feel comfortable in putting yourself out there. But yeah, I believe that there are only two, male and female. So Adia, what challenges do women face in your culture?
We all know that women have been marginalized throughout history, and up to this day, we strive to achieve that all genders must be treated equally. In the Philippines, women still encounter inequality and discrimination. They are still subjected to more violence, and according to the 2022 Philippine National Demographic and Health Survey, it shows that 18% of Filipino women who had a husband or intimate partner reported having experienced physical, sexual, or emotional violence by their most recent partner. Not only that, women are being denied education and healthcare services, and it's common for women to have low-paying jobs. These circumstances are exacerbated by the ingrained belief that women should only take on subservient roles. But there has been an effort towards achieving equality for women led by different groups. In particular, the most significant accomplishment is the Magna Carta of Women. Defined by the Philippine Commission on Women, it is a comprehensive women's right law that seeks to eliminate discrimination through the recognition, protection, fulfillment, and promotion of the rights of Filipino women, especially those belonging to marginalized sectors of society. The objective of this bill is to increase the involvement of women in politics and conventional jobs, and most importantly, put an end to violence against women.
How does gender norms affect children?
Gender norms are seen on our media a lot for children, and it may appear inconsequential, but it's not only the matter of who wears pink or blue, but imposing strict ideas of femininity and masculinity on children limits their ability to reach their full potential and can leave a detrimental effect later on in life. The Spanish colonization in the Philippines significantly influenced societal expectations and leaving behind a long-lasting impact on the historical evolution of gender roles. Before diving into the impact of gender expectations in the modern Philippines, I want to explore how women had central roles in the pre-colonial period. According to an article I read by Edgar Perez, it states that before 1521, women were able to divorce their husbands without any problems, and after the divorce, they can manage a property, run a business, and remarry again. This all changed when the Spaniards arrived and they were astounded by the freedom women had. The expectations set for women changed from having a sense of their own. The expectations set for women changed from having their own sense of agency to being subservient, reserved, and chaste. These behaviors were even taught in Spanish schools in preparation for the future. An article by the United Way of the National Capital Area, they mentioned that restrictive gender norms often limit children's potential and opportunities. It also affects their self-esteem and mental health and shapes their relationship with their peers. As a society, we need to dismantle gender stereotypes and societal expectations to establish a more inclusive and welcoming society. We can achieve this by challenging gender roles so we can build a better future for new generations. Does gender have an impact on job opportunities?
In my opinion, yes, gender can have an impact on job opportunities, as historically there has been evidence of gender discrimination and biases within various societies, which has also led to unequal opportunities for individuals over time. Upon my research, according to Chat AI, I have also found out that a lot of people also miss out on new opportunities or things such as promotions, new experiences, just because of their gender. According to the WGEA review report of the Workplace Gender Equality Act 2012 that I have read upon, women usually experience more sexual harassment than men, which constrains their workforce participation. This also leads to less professional opportunities for women. Personal preferences also have an impact on an individual's job opportunities because of various industries being either male-dominated or female-dominated, which leads to people most of the time facing barriers or biases when trying to enter fields that are not typically associated with their gender. However, in my personal opinion, I do not think that this is the case in every industry. It also depends on things like geographical location, cultural norms, along with the specific industry or profession they're working in.
Are all genders treated equally from where you're from?
I'm from Nepal, and growing up, I've never seen gender equality in my country. Historically, according to Rita Rai's International Idea website, it is mentioned that women are still falling behind when it comes to political, social, economical, and educational inclusion. From my own personal experience as well, I have realized that there are laws made against gender inequality in Nepal. However, there has been no actions or protocols to push these laws onto people and change their mindsets about gender stereotypes. A lot of the women in my country are usually looked down on just because of them being seen as an inferiority. According to the UN Women Data Hub, the country fact sheet suggests that only a few percentage of women's rights have been achieved throughout history, which can also be supported by information collected by Chat AI that suggests despite various different law reforms and policies being enforced, traditional norms and practices continue to influence social attitudes and behaviors towards women in Nepal. Aside from all the facts available online, I can say for a fact that gender inequality is still a big thing where I'm from.
Well, I think that concludes our podcast for today, where we dived deep into all things about gender. We hope you've enjoyed today's podcast as much as we enjoyed bringing it to you.